Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today on Hidden Knowledge Uncensored. I'm so grateful and excited to welcome Bryan with Alpine Gold. And before we bring him up, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody joining us from across all of our platforms, from Rumble, YouTube, Locals, Facebook, Telegram, and X Broadcasting. We're just so grateful to have you all here. I'm doing my best to moderate all the chats. Right now, it's easiest for me to see X chat and Rumble chat. So if you would like to ask any questions or be part of our podcast, please join us in X chat or Rumble chat will be the easiest. And we used to be able to get streamed through Facebook Live, but unfortunately, my channel is still being censored on Facebook. So only I can see the live stream. And then after our stream is over, it lets me share the recording on Facebook. So if you guys are having trouble on Facebook, that's why. And so it's best just to come join us on Rumble. Rumble is probably my only channel that doesn't censor me at all. So I'm grateful also to Rumble. You could show support there and subscribe with Rumble, and you won't get cut off with commercials. I've had a couple of you guys reaching out to me saying there's commercial breaks during your podcast. If you subscribe to Rumble, you won't have to deal with any more of those commercial breaks from Rumble. So I'm so excited about today's broadcast, number 90. We're going to get to invite Bryan up, and please stay tuned after the interview. I'm going to have some more updates, just stuff that's been going on that we've all been chatting about. So stay tuned till after the interview for that. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome with Alpine Gold. How are you, Bryan?
I'm good, Gloria. Good to see you again since Red Pill Expo. It's what I always say. It's the best Friday I've had all week. So we're going to start it off great.
Oh, awesome. Yes, I'm excited. Red Pill Expo was just such a great event. It's definitely one of the ones at the top of my list. And here we are in August, and it's the event that still keeps giving. And so
It's amazing. Just that many like-minded people there. It's amazing to be a part of that community, and you always meet somebody that will blow your mind in the best way possible.
absolutely. I love it. And I love too bringing the health and the wealth together because they both actually do go together. You know, you can't be healthy. If you're not healthy, you don't even have the opportunity to build your wealth. And then also the same way, without having the proper wealth, it could also lead you to not being able to support your health as well. So that's why I'm excited to have you on. We do a lot of broadcasting on health, but I also love to broadcast on wealth when I can find, especially when I can find what I'm looking for. I have been looking for a good gold supplier. We've all been talking about getting out of the Federal Reserve, but what are those options out there? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and historically, it's hey, let's see how much weight I can get for my money in precious metals, and I'll put it in my basement, let it collect dust, and one day when there's an apocalypse or Mad Max scenario, then I'll bring it out and use it. Finally, we have some options to not have to wait till apocalypse. You have some of the most valuable assets on the planet in your basement collecting dust. Let's use them now. That's the whole point. Sound money. If we're going to sit around and wait for the powers that be to make sound money backed by gold or something that we can trust for 20 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows? They're probably not going to give it to us. It's an option to take it, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And that I'm just so excited for that because that's where we're all have been. Yeah, are we waiting for everything to crash and have nothing? Or are we going to have ourselves prepared?
Yep.
And even like you said, before that happens, let's build up in our own investments. I love that about what I learned with you at Red Pill Expo is, how can we earn interest off of our own money, which is how it should be. That's just one of the pieces that I learned from you. There's just so much to it. So I'm actually going to turn it over to you and let you. Where do you want to start with everything that we've kind of learned and talked about, what Alpine Gold is doing? I have the websites pulled up too. We could share that with people. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's start with the attention grabber, goldbacks. So, if you haven't seen goldbacks before, what these are super fractional pieces of gold that are down to 1/2000th of an ounce for a half gold back, or we go all the way up to 100 gold back, which is 1/10th of an ounce. Now, 1/2000th, we're down like $3 and less than 50 cents. The other one, we're closer to 700. So what the goldbacks are meant to be for is to keep that cash-like privacy. We've all kind of experienced it during COVID. Cash was dirty. In this new digital system that we're most likely moving towards, there's probably not going to be anything like cash. There's going to be no privacy. If I was an all-controlling government, I would want to see every single transaction and want to tax it. I would probably say that's where we're going with all these stablecoin talk, all this crypto talk. What goldbacks do, they really secure that privacy of buying power cash, me to you. Nobody else needs to know about it. But it's that even better because it's not a fiat dollar based on debt. There's literal gold. So they ionize the gold in a vacuum deposition chamber and put it in between two pieces of polymer. And it's very, very exact. And you can make change. So, a one gold back, if I had 100 of these one gold backs, is exactly the same amount of gold as 100 gold back. Now, that's very powerful. You can make change for it. In the past, when fiat dollars crash, because they always do. If you look in your history books, there's never, ever been a fiat dollar, meaning backed by nothing, which is what we've been at since 1971, since we were temporarily taken off of the gold standard. We've lost 98% of our buying power, probably more, because they can just print out of thin air. And now they don't even need to print. It's just digits on a computer. So that's why if you hold your wealth in something that is real, not debt, and you can do cash transactions. So that's one half of what we do is the cash alternative. Now there's currently, let's see, how many do we have? 7 states, and I'll name them off, see if I can remember them. Utah, we have Nevada, New Hampshire, South Dakota, which is where I'm at in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Wyoming. Florida was a very recent launch, and then Oklahoma is the most recent, which was launched on the 19th of August. Now, all of these states have their own series of goldback with state-specific artwork on those, but they're being used all over the world because gold is gold, no matter where you're at. It's a barter instrument. So there's people using South Dakota goldbacks in Canada, Hong Kong, China. It really doesn't matter. Gold is the ultimate store of wealth. And we have, think of it like a super thin coin. If you melted this down, which you can see, Mike Adams is a big supporter of what we do, and he's actually done videos. Don't melt them down yourself. You lose a lot of the premium included in the gold backs. But he's shown that more than 100%, we can't let one of these leave ever with less than what's in it. It ruins the whole thing, basically. So there are videos out there, people melting them down, retrieving the amount of gold. It's very, very small. It's like grains of sand worth of gold, but very, very powerful. That's how powerful gold is. So cash alternative is the one side of what we do. The other, and even more exciting, in my opinion, is the UPMA, which stands for the United Precious Metals Association. Now, it's a nonprofit organization. Now, think the goldbacks is a cash alternative. The UPMA is the banking alternative, where you can vault with us in Alpine, Utah, thus the Alpine Gold Exchange name. Why would you do that? Why would you vault with us? Well, you have opportunities to take advantage of your wealth, like we talked about earlier. Now, and please stop me if I will talk all day long about this, but if you have any questions, let me know. But if you're vaulted with us, we only vault U.S. minted coins, so U.S. gold eagles, gold buffaloes, silver eagles, or gold backs. That's all that will vault. When they're vaulted with us, the gold backs and gold coins, you have an opportunity to earn a return on those. You can compound and grow. So get them out of your safe. With gold coins, you can earn 2% return in more gold coins per year. With gold backs, it's up to 3% per year, depending on how many you have vaulted with us. Um, so compounding and growing, that's extremely powerful. Whereas in the last 2 years, gold's doubled in value just by letting it sit there in our vaults. If you were also compounding your gold on top of that, makes people very, very happy. Not only increasing, your volume of gold just by letting it sit in a vault. Other things you can do with the UPMA is you can actually easy to liquidate. So let's say gold. There's a lot of people talking about gold revaluation. And who knows? Maybe that is the plan. I have no idea. But tomorrow gold goes to $50,000 an ounce, $100,000 an ounce. Everybody in town is selling gold teeth, grandma's gold jewelry, anything gold they can find. And same with silver, because that will follow. You don't have to worry about that with the UPMA. It's easy to liquidate. Everything's next day liquidation. You can liquidate up to $10,000 worth of value in your account with no fees whatsoever. It's just at our exchange rate for that next day. Wire it to your bank account. You can send yourself a check. We even have prepaid Visa debit cards that you can link up to your UPMA account. Load your value to those cards, spend your gold. It just makes it more accessible than ever. You don't have to go to a coin shop that's going to go, here's spot price, we're going to take a huge chunk out, because I know you're desperate for cash. You have the value with us. You can easily liquidate, and it's easy to get that value without having to try to find a pawn shop or a coin shop that isn't going to screw you over, really. And another one that's the most exciting is every single account with the UPMA is automatically set up as a trust. So every account's a trust, and it also does not require a social security number to set up a UPMA account. So it's very private. It's a very powerful way to hold wealth that can't be seen just by searching a social security number. And the other coolest thing, and this is the real sound money movement, if you don't want to physically be out trying to hold gold in your wallet, in your purse, trying to spend these things, the UPMA has a way where we can go, if you have an account, Gloria, I have an account, we come to an agreement on a price. I could send you $1 million worth of any of those things I mentioned, gold coins, silver coins, gold backs. It's instantly digitally done, but it's physical metals that are moving. And then from your account, you can decide to do whatever you want to do, exchange them, liquidate them, just let them compound and grow. So real transactions done digitally, kind of like Venmo for gold, but it's real gold that you're moving. So those are the biggest overview and most exciting things that people getting their gold out of the basement. Not obviously not all of it, because EMP goes off tomorrow and we have no access to internet. You want some at home just in case, so you can buy something that's worth just under $7, whereas your gold coins, you're shaving off pieces if you want to buy something that small, or it's going to be a huge amount of money for a whole gold ounce. So people are getting their wealth out of their basement, putting it somewhere where they can compound and grow it, set it up for a savings account for grandchildren, kids. I have 2 young kids myself, and they have a UPMA account with precious metals just compounding and growing, because 30 years from now, what's going to be worth money? It's worth anything. It's not going to be these green pieces of paper. It's going to be precious metals. It's always been gold, silver, or land. That's what's lasted for 5,000 years, and it's probably going to last a while longer.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. All of these options, you guys give all the options that I've been thinking about, all in one house, which that's what I love about Alpine Gold as well, is you guys are just doing, we have the gold backs, we have the bank account, we can transfer, we could buy the coins. I absolutely love that about you guys, and that's a reason why too that I wanted to bring you on. You guys are answering so many questions, and I also love and that's how you could tell that these are also backed by gold. Like every size of the gold back is different,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how you know too it's actually backed by gold.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they get
and then
larger and
tell us a
heavier.
little yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And also tell us a little bit about like how I remember when I first bought these from you and I went to go pay the value of like $1 to one gold back, but
Yes.
that's not the price.
No,
Explain
no.
that.
Yeah, so when goldbacks were started in 2019, this will give you an idea of how much our dollar has fallen since 2019. One goldback was equal to $2 fiat. Now, since then, that was 2019. We're in 2025. One goldback today is worth $6.76. So we're just under $7. So we've done a more than triple on that. So the value of these works just that way. $6.76 every single day at 10 a.m. Mountain Time, because this is all held in Utah. 10 a.m. Mountain Time, they set the rate based on the price of gold for one gold back, and that's what all calculators are set to when you go out somewhere, and they calculate how many gold backs you need to pay for this fiat dollar amount. So I mean, it is a very cool thing, and so $6.76. This is half of that. $6.06 times 100. That's what they're worth. So one gold back is not equal to $1.
Nope.
I will buy all your gold backs for $1 if you're interested.
Yeah. I know, right? Yes.
Mhm.
And then so that's also how you gain interest on your gold backs as gold rises.
Yep.
My gold backs also gain that interest. So
Yeah.
that's just amazing.
Yeah, they move with the price of gold. So if you were just vaulting, other cool thing about the UPMA, you could. We're never going to charge you a vaulting fee for gold backs ever. You could have $5 million worth of gold backs in the UPMA. It would cost you nothing to store them with us. If you just held it there 2 years ago with $5 million just in the gold price itself, you would have doubled your money. So it's then on top of that, if you compound it and grow the exact amount that you have by 3% every year, it increases your gold holdings very fast.
And then with the vaulting, is that do you have to have it sitting there for a certain amount of time, the gold backs?
Nope, no. Everything we do is next day. It's a bank-like structure. We're not a bank, so everything's not immediate. Like if you were to swipe your debit card and just have it pull from your account, because everything has to be liquidated. So if you have one of these prepaid Visa debit cards, which just disclaimer, this is the only part of what we do that requires a social security number, but it is completely optional. We have to go through a third party because it is Visa and it does go through the banking system. We have to work with a bank to do so, but completely optional. But this isn't immediate either. You have to liquidate value. So we have to turn the metals into fiat cash, then to load it there or wire it to you however you would like to do it. But
Awesome.
the biggest the thing where it's the most powerful is if me and Gloria can come to an agreement. Hey, she would love to accept silver. I could just send you the silver coins, and then what you do with them from there is up to you. Let's do sound money transactions in real money, not fake money. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, I love it. Of getting away from that fiat, getting away from no security and
Mhm.
destruction. I feel like, especially now, it's like real bad. And so that's what I absolutely love. And I mean, you're right. It is like the perfect gift. I'm going to start gifting all my nieces and nephews,
Yes.
my daughter, just start building this account for them.
Yeah.
It's especially important for the next generation.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people, Tooth Fairy, they give a 1 ounce of silver. That's what it was when I was growing up. Well, that's $40 per ounce, and it's growing. Whereas one goldback, you're teaching them about real money, sound money, something that's going to go up in value as they grow, and it looks like Willy Wonka's gold ticket, but come to life. It's actual real gold. It's my son loves these, my kids love them. Young people just get this stuff automatically because they're into the crypto thing. They get why would you park any kind of wealth in a dying dollar? It's been dying for a long time. And statistically, 100% of the time, anybody that's in our situation fails. We're probably not going to be special there. So let's get it in something real. A lot of people will go digital. Again, that's probably where we're going, but there's only going to be a few cryptos that get through, and they're not going to tell us beforehand. It's going to be afterwards. If you want real wealth, I could drop you off in ancient Egypt with this 5,000 years ago. They'd wonder what the cool pictures were or how you got it so thin, but they would understand what this was. It's real money. It always has been.
Yep. Gold is the real money standard, gold and silver. And so, if anybody would like to see how to purchase gold backs, you could go to alpinegold.com/Gloria, and we can show them really quick what that website looks like, and you can tell us a little bit about it. Here we go. Oh, wait. There we go.
Perfect. So you're going to see a lot of information here on this website under services at the top left there. If you click that, you're going to read a lot of information. We have IRAs where you can roll over existing 401k IRA to our precious metal backed IRA. If you click leases, it's going to go through all the stuff plus more that I just told you with the gold back, gold coin leases. Vaulting is going to talk about we do have a private insurance. That's something I didn't even mention. People are holding wealth with us because, we can see tidal waves coming. No fiat dollars ever lasted in the history of history. What are we going to do about it if they're going to crash our dollar? We see tidal waves coming. Let's get our money to higher ground and vault it here. Everything that we have in the UPMA, again, is set up as a trust, and it's 100% insured by private insurance. So if you had $50 million in the UPMA with us, and let's say tomorrow something happened with the vault, a nuclear blast took out the entire side of the country, you'd get all of that wealth back exactly to the amount, as opposed to any banking account is FDIC insured for $250,000. And when those banks start collapsing, we've all heard about how hard it's going to be, how much these dollars are going to be worth. We've all seen fiat dollars. I have $1 trillion note hanging up on my wall just as an example of for people. It's worth $20. They always do the same thing. We will probably see that in our US dollar. And then Goldilocks is our pawning program. So basically, it's a gold equity line of credit. So you hold all of this value with us in the UPMA. You need to access it to buy a vehicle, or you need anything. This talks about that. You don't lose your holdings in precious metals. You're basically pawning it or getting an equity line of credit for those for whatever you need in fiat cash. You can pay it back. You don't lose your holdings, you don't lose your position, and also it does not technically qualify as a taxable event through the IRS. So, and then the linked Visa card is going to be the prepaid Visa debit card that I showed you. It'll walk you through that. Now, there's a whole bunch more information and resources about us. Get in touch. Shop Now is where you're going to want to go if you want to purchase some gold backs and have them sent directly to your house. It just works like an e-commerce website. You can purchase gold coins, silver coins there as well at the same rates as on the UPMA. If you're wanting the gold backs shipped to your house, this is where you would purchase them from Gloria's link. If not, if you don't need any more gold sitting at your house, or you want to start taking advantage of the UPMA, if you set up a UPMA account, which Gloria also has a link to her special to this podcast, where it will set you up as a UPMA account. Does not cost anything. There's no minimums to set up that account. Once that account is set up, instead of paying through that e-commerce website, you can vault it, same exact price, by doing a deposit into the UPMA. Gloria can include all of my information, my email, my office number. If you have any questions on how this is set up, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help everybody because it's a really powerful thing when you can hide your wealth in something that's going to go up with inflation, as opposed to every single day you're losing value because they're destroying the dollar. So those are just a couple of things.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Bryan. I absolutely love that. And everybody, the links are in the description of this video. You could go to alpinegold.com/Gloria to buy your gold backs and all of your gold and exchanges that you'd like to do there. And then the link to start your UMPA account is also in the description. And I also did make a very handy place on my link tree that everybody can also find the links. Let me show everybody real quick. So here on my link tree, I included a collection for Alpine Gold here, and you guys can simply click here and get to where you're making your accounts, the Alpine Gold Exchange to buy your gold back. So you can make your account there, and you could get back to our podcast as well here. And I did also include Alpine Gold in the Red Pill Expo links, where you can see all of our everybody that we saw at Red Pill Expo. So it's been really great and a really easy place. So you can get back to all of those links at any time. And then also in the description of this video, of course, too. And is there anything else, too, that we haven't gone over, Bryan, that you would like to share with us?
I mean, you can go deeper, as deep as you want, and everybody's so unique. I always like to give the overview of, hey, here's why you would vault with us. Here's a cash alternative. Everybody's going to have a unique question specific to them, like wherever they're at in life, who they're saving this wealth for. Is this, just reach out. We're here to help out. We want to help people preserve their wealth because when currencies die, which 100% of anybody that's been in our position in the past of ever history has always died, and it always crashes and it starts over. People are very, very much hurt by that. The wealth you've been working for your entire life for, you can pay somebody to kill somebody in fake money, debt instruments, but it'll all crash tomorrow because people are playing with the system. They knew this was going to be the case as soon as they took the backing off. It's happened 100% of the time. They might not have known how long it would take, but let's protect your wealth. You've worked your entire life for it. Don't let it disappear because of some controlling people trying to, usher in a new system. So just preserve that wealth.
And earn interest off of your own earnings that you are working so hard for.
Yeah.
I haven't earned $1 of interest on 43 years of working, having my money sit in a bank.
Yeah.
So I'm done with that.
Yeah.
I'm earning interest right now on
Yeah.
these, and
And we've
it's
all
just going to get
experienced
better.
it, like the devaluation of our money just recently. That's what I mean. The horrible things that happened during COVID. We each got a $1,200 check, maybe more, but now my grocery bills tripled, quadrupled since then. That is inflation. That we are seeing it. They're going to call it out for what it is. It's a dying currency, and we haven't even. It hasn't broken yet, and it's already increased that much. So just if people aren't protecting their wealth and what they have, it'll disappear because the whole game is rigged. The money itself is debt instruments. Everything goes to its real value eventually. The paper that it's printed on is worth pennies. It's happened many, many times in history. In Germany after World War I, they were using these pieces of paper to run their furnaces. It was cheap. It was cheaper than coal because it was dead. It was a dead currency. This is when everybody doesn't trust the new system. If you tell me I lost my entire pension, my entire 401k because you made me use fake money like monopoly money, the new system better be backed up by something real, precious metals. Otherwise, why would we trust them again? It's even worse if it's a digital system. So it'll be interesting times when things do start to break, but inevitably, always a fiat dollar just crashes. It always inflates itself out of existence. People move on to a different option. We're getting close to that. If you want proof, go check out the usdebtclock.org. It's insane to see the amount of debt. If it ever stopped creating more debt, the whole Ponzi scheme would crash tomorrow. So they know what they're doing, but they're not going to let us know about it, basically.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why it is good to have your stuff backed by real precious metals. And it is something that we've all been talking about. So I'm so excited to finally have met you guys. If there's any time too, if you guys ever want to come back on and share any new updates. Oh, And we did mention I believe 6 or 7 states that are doing goldbacks, but there are 16 other states that are working on it now.
So those are legal tender law states. So those are states that have passed legal tender laws or are actively looking to pass them. So thank you for bringing that up. But like I said, Oklahoma is the most recent one that launched here in August. By the end of the year, Arizona is going to get their own gold back, and I've heard there's more coming next year. Up to, who knows, 1, 2, 3. They're going to redo some of the older series as well to have, because they introduced the half, the 2, and the 100 in the Florida series. Oklahoma has it as well. So we're going back and retroactively doing those. But yeah, it is growing very fast. It's very hard to ignore precious metals where, like I said, gold has doubled in the last 2 years. So if you would have just held it, you would have doubled your money just sitting there holding it. So it's hard to ignore at a certain point.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. No more ignoring it.
Yep.
Now it's just time to back your own wealth up,
Yep.
and to be able to earn your own interest off of your wealth too, which
Yep.
is how it should have always been.
Yep. Protect your family's wealth. Nobody from the government's going to come in and gift us a sound money system. It's probably going to be more control, more digital, more tracking. Just look to China. What's happening with the digital yuan? Here's your perimeter where you can spend your money. There's an expiration date on your money. Oh, by the way, you said something on social media. You're on Gloria's podcast telling the truth. We turned your money off for a month. This happens already, and they've seen the playbook for that. If I was an all-controlling government, I would want to go more that way. Already, if I send my kids money for pizza via Venmo, they want to tax it. That's where they're going to go. That's free money for them. And it's a way for them to see every single thing that you purchase.
And they're robbing us.
With
they're
inflation,
robbing us in the process and getting rich off of interest,
Yep.
taking our money.
Yep, inflation is that secret tax. Nothing's getting cheaper, and none of us are getting paid more because of inflation. But just that little bit of increase, everything goes up. Insurance premiums, my taxes for my house, everything goes up when a currency dies. That's stealing your wealth because they know what's happening every time they add more dollars. It's like dumping Monopoly boards worth of money on top of each other. Everything doubles, triples, quadruples in price the more money that's chasing it. So
absolutely. Well, I'm so happy, Bryan, that you came on today. Thank you so much. And before Bryan goes, if anybody has any questions, you can drop them in Rumble. You could drop them in X chat. We would love to answer any questions out there if you guys have some. Yep. And don't forget to look more into alpinegold.com/Gloria. Go get your own gold backs. That actually brings me to a question. If somebody out there is interested in buying gold backs, but their state doesn't necessarily have gold backs, they could still purchase another state's gold backs. Does that mean that they're not able to use gold backs in that state? Or like you said, though, every state, every country is accepting gold.
Gold is gold no matter where you're at. Like I said, ancient Egypt, this is still gold. Now, it is a barter instrument. Nobody's required to accept this, but this is also the way you bring gold backs to your state. If you started off with a Florida gold back, but you live in Georgia or something like that, hey, they have this really cool thing in Florida. Let's start it, bring in your local businesses that you frequent, somebody that you know would love to start gaining more wealth just by holding these things. If you accept it at today's price, like I said, 2 years ago, it was half the price. They just held on to it. They doubled the value that they got from their purchase. So create that. Everything that we do is a grassroots movement. It's people that connect with other people and bring in all these sound people that are looking for ways to increase the wealth in their community, and also grow that community of like-minded people that want real money as opposed to fake money. That's how we bring it to more states. You get the demand for it. Basically, that's how we start moving. Is if we have favorable laws in your state. You could see a gold back series in your state as well.
I love that. And absolutely bring the gold to your state. And you bring up a good point because once you have these, it's not like I'm trying to spend these. These are what I'm hanging on because I'm getting interest off these
Yeah.
every year. And so I'm spending that fiat money, getting away from that, but hanging on to these. But absolutely get other businesses involved in this. And then where would you send those businesses when you start talking to them? Do we send them to the Alpine Gold Exchange website?
So that's the other beautiful thing is if a business, you can set up a merchant account on the UPMA as well. So if you don't want to accept these as physical gold, you don't want to hold on to these, you can do that digital transaction. And this is all growing as we grow as well. There's a UPMA app coming, and I'm hoping it'll be similar to Venmo. Like, hey, here's my QR code, here's mine. We just made a trust to trust payment, completely private in real money, in real precious metals, and it's instant and it's physical, even though it is a digital transaction. So you can accept gold backs, gold coins, silver coins, whatever you want that we support in the UPMA as well. And it's trust to trust, very, very, very secure and private.
Amazing. Beautiful. We have Mac out there in Rumble saying, I need some gold backs.
Everybody needs more gold in their life. The best time to buy gold is now and 10 years ago. That's what everybody says. So I wish I was buying it like I am now then, but it is real money. It's real wealth, that and silver. Whereas we've just been so brainwashed, and most people haven't really understood that our dollar used to be backed by gold. My grandfather's era, he could work one job at a gas station, have 6 kids, his wife could stay home. He could afford everything. He could buy a house. He could retire easily, live easy, because there's only so much money chasing the amount of stuff out in the world. Because every dollar had to be backed by something. It had to be backed by precious metals, gold or silver. Because why else would we use these pieces of paper? It's like going to a fancy hotel, they valet park our cars, and then now we're all trading the valet tickets. They took the cars a long time ago. They would have called us idiots back then, but nobody's really understood that it used to be backed by gold, because why else would the paper be worth anything? It's not worth anything otherwise. It's just a history lesson. And our ancestors, they took it off slowly for that reason, because you could have asked grandpa and been like, well, why was it backed? Well, because the paper's worth nothing, otherwise. So it's interesting, and we're coming to the end of it, and it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, it will be interesting. And I'm grateful to meeting you, Bryan. I'm grateful to start learning this and being able to back up my own my funds and my wealth, and being able to invest into precious metals, because some of us think maybe that's something that's out of our reach.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something that only the wealthy, the already wealthy,
Yeah.
can access. But
Yeah.
with you guys, you make it possible for
Yeah, one
everyone.
ounce of gold is $3,500. So whereas $6.70, this is the easier entry. You can build up to that ounce. That super fractional way is the cheapest way to get into real money.
Amazing. I love it. I'm excited to see how much it all grows. And after we get off our podcast today, I am going to put your email and your contact phone number in the description on Rumble. So if anybody wants to go back and look at the Rumble description, all of Bryan's information will be there. And you guys are more than welcome too. If you need to reach out to me to get to Bryan, you can also just let me know as well, and I'll make sure to connect everybody too. And is there any other final thoughts that you would like to leave with us, Bryan?
No, I'm excited to talk to your community. Anybody has any questions, reach out to Gloria or me. All the questions. We want to be completely transparent with anything that you have a question on. If it's a good fit for you, great. If it's not, that's great too. So thank you so much for allowing me to be here. It's a great start to my Friday. So it's going to be a great day.
Amazing, Bryan. Yes, thank you for starting today with me too. And it is going to be a great day, and a great future. This
Yep.
this this makes you feel secure. No more fear.
Yep.
And then we get to enjoy our days.
Exactly. You get to enjoy the wealth that you've most people have killed their bodies and their entire time on this earth building. Keep it, basically, because otherwise, why did you work so hard for it?
Yeah, and earn interest off of yourself for working so hard,
Yep.
saving that money and building. Because right now, your savings, the banks are using for whatever they're doing, which isn't stuff that most of us are supporting. And so,
Exactly.
use that interest to support the grassroots movement, to support truth, and while just backing yourself up and
Exactly.
protecting yourself. Well,
Exactly.
thank you so much, Bryan, for being here with us.
Yep.
And again, everybody, reach out to Bryan for any questions, anything at all. He'd be so happy to help you. Thank you so much for being here again with us, Bryan, and teaching us. And I look forward to, building more wealth with you as well.
Thank you so much, Gloria. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Bryan.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us with Alpine Gold and Bryan. Again, everybody reach out to Bryan. Go to my link tree, go to the Alpine Gold section, see where you could just easily click on links and start your own UMPA account, buy your gold backs, start investing in yourself. And it's just such a great thing. We all been chatting about this for so long, and so I'm so grateful to meet Bryan at the Red Pill Expo and share all this knowledge with everybody. And that brings me actually to something else that I wanted to mention, because these events, that's why these events are so powerful and important to be at. Because when you start going to these events and meeting people that are censored, like Bryan, we don't hear on the local corner or anywhere, at least not in my community, on where do we go to open a bank account outside of the Federal Reserve. All of this stuff is being censored. And so when you go to events like Red Pill Expo, you get to meet people that are being censored. And that's where I'm excited that I've been grateful enough to be able to go to events and then come back and share that knowledge with you guys, because I understand too that not all of us can get to the events. So I understand that. And that's why we have the podcast here too, to share all of this hidden knowledge with each other, so we can have our best health, our best wealth, and live our best lives ever. And that's what I've got to do. I've got to do that by learning from people like Jonathan Otto, by learning from all the people that I learned from at the events. Every little bit matters. And when you start making all these little adjustments in your life, in your health, in your wealth, man, you get to live your best life ever and be unstoppable. You can start, exploring all the wonderful things that you want to do with your life. And I'm just so grateful to be in that place. And I just absolutely know that we all can do it. And so if you want to learn more also about the Alpine Gold and so many other wonderful things, you could go to my link tree, starting hourly and group coaching there, my coaching with Jonathan. Also, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet to Healing for the Ages, it's coming up this October, towards the end of October. Please get your tickets. I am so excited to go again in person. It'll be my third year. It's the third Healing for the Ages. I just can't miss it. So I got my ticket. I'm just so excited to see you guys again, and you definitely come up to me. Make sure if you're there that you come say hi, give me a hug, take a picture with me. I'd absolutely love to share that space with you guys. It's just such a lovely time. We'll all be hanging out together, watching the conference together, eating together. It's just so lovely. And if you can't make it in person, it's understandable, but definitely get your online ticket. And you can use coupon code Gloria for your online ticket and save, I believe it's save $50 there. And yeah, and even though you can't be there in person, I promise you, even watching it online and being part of the online community is just very rewarding as well. And they let you guys answer questions online, and they bring it your questions into the live the live conference. So they do make like the online guest part of the conference too. And you just don't want to miss all this valuable information that will allow you to live your best life ever, cleansing your body, cleansing your home, and being able to regenerate. And so it's just absolutely lovely. You guys can't miss Healing for the Ages. Make sure and get your tickets there. And then there we have the Alpine Gold Exchange section where you can buy your gold backs and open a UPMA account for free. Open those accounts now for free. Open accounts for everybody in your family. That's what I'm going to start doing. And get to our podcast there and Red Pill Expo links. See all of our wonderful vendors that we met and podcasts that we had with Red Pill Expo contacts, and just so much information here that you can get to. So we're just so excited. Thank you, everybody, too, for um, making your purchases in our link tree. You are supporting my podcast while supporting your health and wealth. You're keeping me free and get to just, doing everything I can to learn more, to present more, to share more with everybody in our online community, our local, global, and online community. So I'm just so excited about that. And I'm so grateful to each and every one of you making those purchases in my shop. And, you guys all, every time that there's purchases in my shop too, it brings inspiration to me as well, like to keep going. I am making a difference. I am having impact. And, that's the most important, valuable thing to me too. I want to be able, I'm sharing this information to have impact, to help you also be able to be healthy and wealthy and, grow your, even on a spiritual level, even spiritually, mind, body, and spirit, just all of it together. And so thank you, each and every one of you, for even supporting, even if you can't make a purchase in my link tree, sharing my work. Follow me on all of my social media platforms. I just started up YouTube. We're streaming live on YouTube now. Go, if you could follow, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share my work on YouTube, share my work in Telegram, X, Facebook, Rumble. That also helps my podcast break censorship as well. When you guys help share my work, then it helps break those algorithms. So I really do appreciate you guys also sharing my work. And Mac is asking me in the comments here on Rumble, how am I liking the Masterpiece product? And I am liking the Masterpiece product. I need to I'll be honest. I've taken it a couple days and then I got really busy, guys, this last week. So I haven't really taken it this last week. And I saw it sitting here and I need to jump back in it and take it seriously because I did promise Christopher Key I would. And so I do want to do that. And I do want to test it properly. So I am going to today, Mac. Thank you. I'm going to get back on it today and take it seriously every day. It's twice a day, 5 drops. So, I mean, come on, I can do that easily. And so I want to do that and I'm going to do that. Thank you, Mac, for that question. And have you started Masterpiece? I know you were talking about getting it and also starting it. Have you done that? Are you liking it? Or maybe you haven't gotten it yet. You should let us know. And yeah, so excited. There's some other things that I wanted to update you guys with that we've been chatting about the last couple podcasts. I am just so grateful to be part of the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Sparks. And it's just been a miraculous last 7 weeks. been accepted with warm, nourishing, loving arms from everybody in the church. And I just want to say thank you to each and every member of Seventh-day Adventist Church in Sparks and Reno. All of their churches in the area come together. Even they invited us to go camping. And so I spent the last a few days camping with the church, and it was just absolutely beautiful. And so if you guys want to catch some of their services, and so you can be inspired, I just absolutely think you guys would absolutely love it as well. You could go to YouTube and you could search Sparks SDA Church, and you could go to their live stream. And here's the church that I'm attending. You guys could attend Sabbath service with me. It's just been, full of emotions, ups and downs, but all with Jesus and so much love. And that's life. We're not promised that it's going to be easy. In fact, it's not going to be easy at all. But we can still be happy, healthy, and loving and caring. And that's just what I've been gifted with Sparks Church. And so even you guys are here with us all over the country, all over the world. You can tune in live and feel that nourishing love that I've been receiving too. I promise you guys will absolutely love it. Pastor Kevin Solomon here. What a loving man. And I'm just so grateful to him because he heard what he wanted to know more about my testimony. He listened, and he not only listened, now he wants to start classes. He wants to help other people. And would you guys not even guess what? In this last week, somebody at the church has started urine therapy. Yesterday, she started chlorine dioxide as well. And so I know that Jesus has brought us all together, and his open heart has brought me to keep coming back to the church. And now others are starting these therapies that we've been all doing here on our broadcast. So I'm just so excited to invite everybody from Sparks SDA Church in as well to our online community, and bringing the online community to the church. It's just so beautiful. We're all working together and just being together and loving one another. And so that's just so amazing. And I'm so grateful for that. And everybody, we're bringing all of these new things to the community to help one another. And so it's just so beautiful. And you guys can also reach out to your local communities, and maybe the Seventh-day Adventist churches are a good place to go because they are very strong on the healing mission. And I can say as well, they are, even when people disagree, they still listen to one another. And I've been really appreciative of that as well. So everybody gets to voice their opinion, and we listen to one another and take it in, and maybe say your experience or say how you agree or disagree. And it's okay to disagree. We don't have to fight. And, it hasn't been like that. We could just simply work through it. And so that is something that I think I've been longing for the last 5 years. And I'm, now I have that. And so maybe the SDA churches in your area can give you guys the same thing. And always just tune in live here with us as well, and come join me on Sabbath with SDA Sparks. And some of those ups and downs, we also attended a memorial service. And I just want to also Miss Shawnee MacArthur, member of the Second Baptist Church in Reno here, and her parents attend the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And her parents are just so loving. I didn't get an opportunity to meet Aoni, but I can say being at her memorial service was just so impactful. I could tell you that she is just the most loving Christian Jesus follower. Man, her church, uh, her memorial service and her church was just so inspiring. And so I would, you guys can also attend her memorial service. You could go to YouTube. You could go to the Second Day Adventist Church in Reno, and you'll see Miss Aone's service there. It She has changed my life, even with her passing, and that's the kind of impact in our lives that we should be giving one another. She just was so loving to her community, to her church, to the children of the whole state of Nevada. Um, and I pray that my life is just as impactful. And Miss Aone, you're bringing me closer to Jesus, and your parents and your brother TJ. We just forever are praying for them. And I just, we all know though that you are in the most wonderful place. And I pray for everybody out there that is losing, that has lost anyone, that is suffering any kind of pain right now. Um, just know that you are loved, and that our Heavenly Father is with all of us at every moment. And the people that are so close to us that we have lost are resting, and they are no longer in this pain. They are actually in the best place, the place that we all are longing to be, surrounded by Jesus and his love. And that is what we hang on to, and hang on to the beautiful things that we've given others while we have spent our time here on earth. And so I just wanted to share that with everybody. Miss Aone MacArthur, you will be missed and always remembered. And then we have another update I wanted to share with everybody about City Fest. And this is where I'm just so grateful to Sparks Adventist Church, because they have brought me to so many more places than I would have ever expected. And one of those miraculous things that we've done is, sorry, I'm trying to pull this up for you guys properly. Let's see what it comes through here. And Alex and I got to go to the City Fest, where we got to do pray ministry work, and it was just so beautiful, so impactful. We got to pray with a bunch of children and pray over people that were resurrendering their life to Christ. And so it was just so beautiful to be in that space. There were so many people that turned out there for 2 days. I couldn't believe the people. And Alex and I just had the best time ever. I have a picture of Alex and I out there. And it was raining out there, but still so many people stood in the rain and came together even the last day. And it was just so beautiful. All the youth, children, adults, all kinds of different people asking questions and chatting more, and just so much love. It was a beautiful time. And so if you could guys ever have opportunities, this event was free. And so you can look for free Christian events in your area as well. There's another event happening here today in Reno, downtown. There's another Christian event. So everybody out there that's listening about that's here in Northern Nevada, there is another event tonight, I believe from 6 to 10 p.m. More musicians are here too. So another great opportunity to be with like-minded people, caring people in the community, because that's one thing I always love is, we have our online community and our global community where we all can join together from across the world, which I absolutely love. Um, but then I believe too, it is just so important to be in your local community and in person with one another, and to also build that bond. And even if there's not events in your area, you could be the one that starts events. You could just start a weekly group, any kind of group, and you could build the local community place where now everybody in your area has somewhere to go and to be together in person. There's just so many great opportunities. You guys can start bartering with one another. You could start learning. Maybe you guys have services where you're providing, and now you build a community of where people can go to find those local services and to support one another. And so it's just such a beautiful thing. And I'm just so grateful. I've been longing for community in my local area. And I'm just so grateful to have found that with Seventh-day Adventist Church Sparks and all the churches in this area that have been just blessing us. Even the Second-day Baptist Church in Reno, you guys blessed us as well. We will be back. And it's just been a beautiful thing. So you guys get involved globally, locally, and in your community. It's just such a beautiful thing. And also, I know everybody too is signed up for Healing Regenesis. I hope you guys are also enjoying Jonathan Otto's newest docuseries that came out on Monday, but it's never too late to join his docuseries. You guys can go. The link is here in the description. Also on my link tree on the link side in the current events. You can find the link to join Jonathan Otto's docuseries, Regenesis. Wow. If you guys are watching out there, let me know in the chat. It's just been so powerful. I've been absolutely loving all the interviews with Mark Grennan, and just hearing all the testimonials as well of other people healing, others that are using these modalities that we're using and just seeing so much relief. I absolutely too love to hear the testimonials from our cellular healing clients. Wow, it's just so special to hear how our coaching is making a difference in your guys' lives. I just thank you so much for sharing with us. That too just inspires me beyond words. Don't even describe how much it inspires me, and I'll just always keep going. I'll always keep helping people as much as I can to retain their health. So you guys have blessed me as well by sharing your testimonies. All the doctors that work with Jonathan, Mark Grennan, everybody out there that's just really standing for health and being censored. That's what I love about Jonathan's docuseries too, is that he brings so much of the censored people around the globe that you are not going to hear from a big pharma doctor. And so anybody out there that is experiencing, you are wrapped up still in that big pharma web and dealing with doctors through big pharma. I can tell you some things that I'm hearing that I heard myself with the COVID-19 vaccine injury. And I hear from so many clients, and I want you guys out there to know this because it is not true. I cannot tell you how many people, let me know in the chat too, if you're one of them. They tell you there is no way to heal. This is the only way. Surgery, big pharma medicine. This is the only option you have. I heard that, once you take the COVID-19 vaccine, because it's not a vaccine, it's not preventing anything. It's contaminating our bodies. Anyways, once you take that vaccine, there is just no way to get it out of your body. Once you take it, that's it. You're done. That's all. And it's just not true. It was 100% a lie. And I remember believing that for a while. And so I thought I was on my way to death and a heart attack and preparing my will. And it was that same month, though, that I met Jonathan. And, I learned about censored information. And he shares that information with the world for free. And so we all get to sign up, put in your email here, sign up for free, learn more information. I still watch all of his docuseries too, because I'm still learning more and more. Jonathan doesn't stop investigating. He doesn't stop doing his interviews. And so there's just always so much knowledge. And when we start using all of these modalities in your life, learn from the doctors that are talking about cleaning up your house, start cleaning up your house. Learn from the doctors that are talking about chlorine dioxide, start using chlorine dioxide. You learn from the doctors exploring on urine therapy, start using urine therapy. And Jonathan brings all of these doctors together, all of the censored people from around the world, and you get to watch them all in one beautiful docuseries. So I just absolutely love it. And I know you guys will love it too. Always let me know how you guys are enjoying it too. If you guys have any questions, there's just other great opportunities when you watch his docuseries live, is that towards the end, he'll be doing some live Q&As with some of the featured people in the docuseries. So it's another great opportunity where we all get to attend free and ask questions and hear live from the people that are working with him. This is the information you aren't going to hear from your big pharma doctor or the city the city people that are telling you what's best for your health, that aren't even doctors. And so come hear from this knowledge that's been around for centuries that none of us know about. Or maybe you do know about it and you get to come gain more knowledge, learn more protocols on chlorine dioxide, make your toolbox bigger. And so, yeah, it's just a great time. And I'm grateful that I get to be a part of it too, and get to be one of Jonathan's wonderful health coaches. So whenever you purchase any kind of health coaching packages as well, you get to explore our great team of health coaches with Jonathan. So much wealth and knowledge there, and you have the power to learn new protocols and change your life too. And another great thing, one more thing that I really wanted to mention, with your gold purchase on Healing Regenesis, not sure if you guys saw it there, Jonathan came up with an upgraded red life belt. Red light belt. Wow. It actually includes the 1060 nanometers now. So now you're going all the way from 630 up to 1060 with the red light belt. That's just amazing and awesome. I believe he even has a touch screen now on the red light belt to get through all those different settings. And so right now you cannot buy that belt on the Red Life website. He is only giving that belt for gold purchases on Regenesis. So it's a special first-time offer. Make sure you get your Regenesis gold package to get that new upgraded red light belt, and be the first ones to grab that. And there's only a limited amount, so make sure you guys get those while supplies last. And so I'm just so grateful for you guys. Thank you for being here with me today. I know it's Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and maybe it's actually at night for some of you around the globe. So I'm so grateful for being here. It's not my normal broadcasting time. I know we normally broadcast Sunday afternoons. This Sunday, I'm going to be traveling. So I'm going to be in Colorado, in Durango, in the Southwest this week. And so grateful. It's going to be my first time going back home to Colorado since 2017. That's way too long to be away. And so any of my friends that are out there, my family, you guys are my family out there. I can't wait to see you. Please um, contact me. I'll be around. Me and Sister Jess will be around. And so please come see us. I would absolutely love to see as many of you as possible. And I'm going to try to stream live. One of the hardest things to stream live is that you do need good internet connection. And out in Colorado, in places that I would want to show you guys, I probably won't have any internet connection. So I'm going to try to make some videos and maybe make you guys a video on some of my favorite places in Colorado. And I'll actually be able to stream live with you guys too and show you where I've learned about deer antler velvet for the first time was actually in Durango. I learned from there's so many Native Americans out there, and many Navajo Native Americans, and they use deer antler velvet for everything. And so I want to stream live out there and show you guys where I learned about some of this stuff. And maybe I can actually get some of my friends to interview with me as well out there and share their experiences and knowledge. And even here in the small town in Durango, it's in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking like 5 hours from the nearest freeway. You have to travel through reservation in all directions to get to Durango, which is not on reservation, but you have to travel through reservation to get there. And so there's just, even in this small place away from everything, I thought that maybe if I never left Durango, Colorado, I would have been like safe during COVID. There wouldn't have been all this vaccine shot pressure. But unfortunately, that's just not true. Colorado is a Democrat state. I had many friends in Durango reaching out to me, asking me, like, what's going on? I'm having to do all this crazy stuff to get my children on exemptions, not to get vaccines. And so maybe I get to do some interviews with some of the parents out there and what they experienced, even in a small town like Durango in the middle of nowhere, what they experienced during COVID. And so but even beyond that, I am just so glad to give everybody big hugs. And we haven't seen each other in so long. And so I just want to be able to love and see you guys. So please contact me and I'll be hitting you guys up too. I'm just so excited about that. It's going to be a great time. Thank you so much, Mac, for all of your comments and your blessings on my travels. I really do appreciate that. I see that's why you're waiting to buy. So I will also, and I was thinking about that in the spirit of Christopher Key and being out in the middle of nowhere in nature. I'm definitely going to be getting back on that masterpiece full time, and I will let you know how it goes. So everybody can take advantage of that, having another tool in the toolbox. Absolutely. And that is everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. If anybody has any last comments or questions that you'd like to share in Rumble or X, that's where I can see right now. And again, thank you so much, everybody. Oh, so since too, maybe I might do a live interview or live streaming in Colorado. I'm not going to set up my next podcast yet because once I set up a stream, it doesn't let me do another live stream through Rumble. So I'm going to just hold off a little bit and see if I'm going to be able to stream live out there. And then my next formal podcast, where we will come back here when I get back to Nevada. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll be able to stream on September 7th, because I might be traveling that day. So for sure, we will have another formal podcast here on September 14th. I am working on more interviews. We're going to have Michelle with Deoxycare on. I have some other calls out and scheduling other interviews. So we're going to have some great interviews to come back to for the month of September. And also, if you guys haven't caught all of my streams for August, still please go back. And we had just so many great guests here in August. You catch the interview with Alpine Gold. We had Mark Bishop on last week. And the week before that, we had Simple Homeopathy with Nurse Nicole and her group of nurses, which I'm also still doing on Mondays. You guys can also get in on her homeopathy classes, learning the functional way of homeopathy. The recordings are available. We're on week 3 this Monday. And so you guys can get those links in that podcast as well and come join and learn more about homeopathy. That is another great tool to have in your toolbox. You could catch me handing out vaccine exemptions during any children. If I know of any kind of fairs going on now, it's been my new mission to go out with vaccine exemption forms and going out and handing out vaccine exemption forms. Many people don't even know these forms existed. So that's been also a great time. So catch all of my all of the great work that we've been doing here for the month of August. It's been a great month. I'm so grateful to wrap it up today with how are we going to support our wealth. So make sure you guys sign up your UMPA accounts using my link below. It helps me as well. And, buy your gold backs. And you could even just start with one gold back if that's all you can afford, if that's all you wanted to. But now you purchase something that you're earning interest off of. So it's just a beautiful thing. And another thing, speaking about those vaccine exemptions, when I return back the second week of September, the university here said that they're going to hand out more vaccine. They're having some vaccine fairs, and not only one day, but they're doing it another day in October as well. And so I'm like, do I go? Do I not go? This now we're talking my place of work, but it is a public school, a public university. Any public universities, you are allowed to go, and there is freedom of speech. So, I do speak at the board meetings. I do speak truth at the universities. So how can I not go? How can I not go? It will break my heart. And I think I'll suffer more if I don't go, because I just think about, man, all the people. I didn't know how the last vaccine fair would go, but I handed out 75 forms of religious exemptions. And so that's just so beautiful. Just so I have to go. I am going to go. I'm going to take all my forms again. I'm going to go stand at the university where they're, and also with the knowledge, do you know this about vaccines? I'm going to take my list of side effects. Do you know that you can get these side effects from vaccines? Because they're not telling us that. So I'm just going to go and pray about it and just have the information for people that don't want to know. And then, if they do want to know, and if they don't, that's fine too. They don't have to take it. But then people that were like, oh, we have exemptions for university shots here. We don't have to get them, because they're not telling you that you have an option. They're saying that you have to get your vaccines to go to school, and that's just not true. You have options. You do have options. Whenever they tell you, I'm now noticing this because we just talked about this earlier with Big Pharma telling us we had no options with our healthcare. And then the university tells us we have no options with vaccines. So whenever you hear you have no options, it should just throw up red flags now and be like, wait a second, they're telling me I have no options. That's a lie. Lies are the devil. And so we're not going to go down the devil's route anymore. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the devil's lies. And I apologize for anybody out there that may be hearing this stuff about big pharma for the first time, and maybe you work for big pharma and you're hearing about the like what. Um, and I just suggest to go watch more of my broadcasts on Rumble and hear about what we're being lied about and how we can overcome these lies and learn the truth. And that's what we all have had to do, because we were all born into this lie. And so we all have to break out of it, and we all have to, but once you do that too, now you know how to stay healthy. Now we know how to invest in ourselves and invest in our wealth. And what does that do too? Through that, I've been able to even bring myself spiritually closer to Christ, you know, because I don't have to be fearful. I don't have to feed into lies. I don't have to feed into anyone telling me that I don't have options with anything. We always have options. And there is nothing that you can put into your body that you can't get out. And now I'm not saying go and, well, we should be putting toxins into our body. I'm saying that because they told me I couldn't get a vaccine out, but I did. And then I also hear people, well, we're under all these toxins all the time. And it's true, but we know how to now living a cleansing, regenerating lifestyle where you're constantly cleansing and constantly regenerating. So and that is the best place that I could be in this world and in today. And so thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. And I hope that this podcast is also impactful on your guys' lives. I would love to hear in the comments, what are you loving? What did you gain? Or maybe in 6 months, something explodes in your life because of something you learned here, and you come back and tell me. That happens too. And that's why I keep going. And maybe we don't hear things right away, but I've been contacted by people like, I'm so sorry I didn't contact you, but 6 months ago, I watched your podcast. I started urine therapy, and I also saved myself. And then I started my father on it and saved my father. And it's like, wow, we do make impacts that we don't hear about. And so never, and that for myself is good advice. And I give that to you guys as well. We shouldn't doubt ourselves. Just pray about it. And if you pray about something and those opportunities are brought to you, then you know that you're going the right direction, and, just keep on going. And I give that to myself as well. I'm going to keep on going, keep bringing information and knowledge, all the things that I'm learning that I was censored from, and just being able to share that with everybody too, where we all now are gaining knowledge. We all are gaining our health and our wealth. And if you're spiritual, I hope that I'm giving that to you too. We're gaining our connection with our Heavenly Father in Jesus Christ, and doing that with one another. It's just so beautiful. If you're in Reno, local Northern Nevada area, and you guys want to go to the Christian event tonight, please give me a text. Even give me a message on Facebook. I'll be trying to keep an eye out for my messages. We can go to this event tonight together. I would absolutely love to see you guys out there. And also, if you're in my local area, you could come attend our Sabbath service tomorrow at Seventh-day Adventist Sparks at 11 a.m. I would absolutely love to see you there too. And if you're not in my local area, just join us on YouTube, Sparks SDA Church, and come join us live there in the stream as well. And let's see here. I see Mac has one last question too before we go. He's asking, I'm taking urine once a day. What do you recommend on how much we should do? And that is a beautiful question, Mac. And I always, in the past, I've kind of always suggested, well, I would at least do 5 ounces once a day. And the reason I recommended that is because that's what I did when I really, in the beginning, when I started really healing, when I detoxed all of that, those toxins out in the beginning, when I detoxed out that COVID vaccine, COVID shot, and all of the stuff, I was doing at least 5 ounces a day every day. And so it didn't matter if my urine was dark, light, cloudy, non-cloudy, whatever it was looking like, I just drank it because I knew, even though it might be dark or maybe it doesn't taste the best today, you are still getting all of those health benefits. So you still want to make sure that you get at least 5 ounces in a day. But I can say, now that I've been health coaching for years, there's trends and things that you can start to see through people. And I can say that sometimes people just heal by changing their diet. Sometimes people like me, I healed changing my diet. Nicotine, the urine was the big thing for me. Sometimes people are changing their diet, nicotine and urine, and maybe they're still not getting what they want out of it. And then now let's add in chlorine dioxide and red light, all of the natural things that we can do. Let's try doing more than 5 ounces of urine a day. Let's drink as much urine as you can in a day, because you can never drink too much. That's a beautiful thing about urine. So why stop at one serving of our fresh urine has about 10 to 100 stem cells? Why stop at one glass if we drink 5 glasses of urine, and now we're talking we got 500 stem cells in, plus all of those vitamins, aminos, nutrients, minerals, everything that you need. Also, now you're talking about that you get it in the amounts that you need at that specific time 5 times a day rather than just once. So maybe if you increase the amount that you're using, maybe you will see, better results. And so I would suggest doing as much as you can. Of course, at least once a day, but especially if you're not seeing the results you want, if you're still healing, it's been a while, you want to see more, then I would increase the urine and see how that goes. And definitely let me know how increasing the urine helped you. Let us know here. So then, your testimony, Matt, can help others. It's helping others now, and we don't hear from them. So please let us know how it goes for you. I'm excited to hear too. I know you've been healing for a while, Mac, and you and your family, your wife, your baby, your son, you guys are on my mind and prayers too. And everybody out there that's healing, you guys are all on my mind and prayers. I really do pray for us all to be removing the toxins, cleansing our body 100%, while gaining all the nutrients that we're meant to receive. And so, yes, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much, Mac, for your questions and for your love and support and for being with us here. And to everybody that joined today and everybody that's tuning into the recording, thank you again so much for all of your love and support. Thank you for making your purchases on my Linktree and supporting my work, liking all of my social media platforms, and sharing all of our interviews that we've been doing. It really does make a difference out there. And so thank you so much, everybody. I will be tuning in, hopefully with some live recordings. If not, I'll post some videos from all of the wonderful places out in Colorado. It's just so beautiful to get out to the middle of nowhere. And I will post our next formal broadcast of the podcast, Hidden Knowledge Uncensored, as soon as I know when we will be back for that. And so thank you, everybody, for your patience on that too, and staying tuned in to Hidden Knowledge Uncensored. I really do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you again so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Much love and blessings, everybody. Bye.